Living in the South as usual.
I mean, it is what it is. Southern Louisiana.
Nothing too much out of the ordinary, I guess.
This is every good blow, you know, the water comes up and then it goes down.
It was a day of work.
Just a lot of rain and a little bit of wind.
And a day for hobbies.
You know, make the best of it. Fish here to bite, I'm gonna be fishing.
Life went on.
A windstorm called Cindy come into the Gulf of Mexico in 2017, early summer. Now we got a little lightning again. As you can see, our road was flooded. Some of the neighbors' camps and the amount of water that came in. This is our property. Fortunately, we're a little bit higher, so the slab did not take any water. But this is looking at the neighbor's property and around the bayou. Isabel and I decided we'd take a little boat ride around the canals, see how high the water is in the different areas under these camps and around these camps. Lots of water everywhere. Everywhere is water. See where we forgot to mention Molly came for the boat ride too. Well, we're going to show some older photos of the camp area shots. This is in '89 when they had a big freeze. This is an overview of our area, Lake Hermitage, and where our camp range is. That's the camp from the air. Richard flew over that area one time. Yep, that's our camp area. That's Uncle Steve's camp back in 1997. It's our camp in '97. Our little sign. Nancy wouldn't go for paradise, so how about almost? One of my favorite things was Richard brought down a guy with the airplane one time, a old Piper Cub, flew around. This is the estate area before it was developed. This is Lake Hermitage, way in the back where we go back fishing. That's Millie and Jerry, both of our deceased neighbors. Here is our contractor, Rerun, the guy in the blue shirt to the left. And that's our neighbors across the street, across the bayou, I should say. That's the camp being lifted. And that's the yard being cleaned up. They had a railroad train, a steam engine used to come down the road. And those are the people who put the piling under our camp. And we did the slab. There's Mr. Charlie and his daddy. Charlie's born in '98. And there's Alex and his kids, and our shrimp man, Mr. Godet, and a red slab for Granny. And there's little Jason. Yep, those were the days. Well, this is when the camp is elevated to become a two-story camp. See the main floor sitting right on the bayou. And there's Sarah and the floor man coming in there, Sean, and our good neighbors, and more neighbors. As you can see, it's not uncommon for us to have high tides down there, is it? These photos are a little jumble mumble because this shows the camp up as a three-star camp now. However, there's phases that you'll see in just a minute as we go up on the third story and build our staircases in the interior of the camp. And of course, clean fish. We had to nail our own sheetrock up. That's our neighbors Eddie and his wife. It was a little successful fishing trip. It's a three-story. That's the ladies kissing that fish. Yeah, it's been some fun times down there. During this construction period, I got sick and my brother came to visit. And that's Rerun, Peter, and his buddy Hal. That's a picture of the camp up on the third story. And that's Walter Call's bunch having a crawfish party. This is Kiwanis' friend with his friends that were dying. All those folks are gone now. It was Jim and Sandra. Rerun on the place is working on Lake Hermitage. And this is all my State Farm buddies that had come to New Orleans to visit. Have a big time. There's Charlie playing with the shrimp. Yeah, see him cleaning fish. Yeah, those are the days. Richard had to go swimming because something fell overboard. We're building him a slip now. We put one on one side, and he liked it so much we built him one. Here he is with some of his buddies going fishing. Richard, that is. It's his boat in that slip. This is after Hurricane Katrina. As you can see, we were devastated pretty bad in 2005. I had to rebuild my little shed in the back because it had been blown apart. Well, the fishing was great after the storm, though. We'd go get them back up in there. That was one of the last photos I had of Rerun. He died not too long after that, had a heart attack. Glory days. A quick story is Ken Hewitt on the right and a good friend of mine on the left. Ken and I were picking up and that's Eric Philpott and his son. Anyway, there's Ken on the roof. He gave me that shed. He took it from his home, brought it out here and he installed it. Mr. Daigle was alive in 2008. They're the three guys. We all have a little fest. Yep, look at the kids playing in the muck. Oh, they were having a ball. That's the result of the shed. So now we have a boat shed for Dr. John's boat. Goosey Goosey Gang. Man, they were all over the place. They still are, up and down there. It was paradise. This is a photo you'll see. There he is, his little gator. See him? Right by the pier. Relaxing. And that's Danny Black and his buddy. He was helping me on one of my projects. He's a friend of Richard, fell over in a chair. Got rid of those chairs finally. Everybody's happy now that they're gone. They're my two boys again. they are cleaning more fish. One of the buddies of the boys. It's a cold day there, you can see, but a big redfish. That's our neighbor Charlie across the bayou. And that's the results after this Isaac storm came in and brought all this marsh grass in. Oh, we had a mess. Cost me about $10,000 to get that whole area cleared up in my camp. Just get rid of the grass. And that's Jerry's old boat he gave me, sold me. And this is John with a nice big red. There's a pretty view in the evening. This is the back of Grant's boat while he's shrimping out there. That's a fun thing to go do. Here's John's boat and the gang again after a little fishing trip. There's Charlie with the red, but boy, you're going to see some big reds in a minute. This is, they call it the bus fishing rodeo. That's another fishing trip. Well, caught some fish down there from time to time. This is all of Nancy's gang come to visit. There's Cuz with his big old catfish he caught in the bayou. That's a typical boil, and there's an old dog just enjoying himself. This is at night up around the fireplace upstairs with a bunch of friends. There's my boy leaning over me. One of my boys, Charlie, that was Max. That's a camp or two out on the bayou. Yep. That's down at Hermitage area. Still on Hermitage, and this is Mac McClellan's old camp down there on the bayou. Yep, fixed it up nice. Somebody's got it now. There's our guys from the fishing trip again. This is a bus where they do the bus rodeo. This thing's down on the bayou, way out there in Lafitte. These are kids again. It's the Batusis come to visit. This is Isabel and Maddie. Coming in on our bayou, coming in towards our camp. This is after a bow fishing trip. There's another view of the camp in a high tide. Little Granny fixing lunch, dinner. There's me and my big red. Charlie and his big red a year later. And Richard and his big red just recently, another year. And it's another fishing trip. This is Bill out there in Florida getting ready to go catch those big red topping. That's Charlie on the topping. It's Charlie with his topping. They all got toppings in. Isabel with her topping. Max with his topping. This is in Boca Raton, Florida area. There's Max again. Charlie again on another topping. And Isabel on the topping. But the best of all was this little girl came up to Max and asked him for a kiss. Isn't that something? Now, why didn't she ask me? I was available.